always interested in the subject matter of life and death and the afterlife, not in like a serious way, but usually, you know, because I love horror films, I love, you know, films dealing with that kind of subject matter a lot. So Strawberry Cliff is, for me, is like an opportunity to sort of use this subject matter and use the horror film genre, but at the same time injecting other genres and other styles into it. So just to have a sort of a mix and a blending of a lot of genres, a lot of kind of styles of filmmaking that I like. So it just seems to be a perfect vehicle for me to do something that's sort of a little bit different from the films that are out there, and something that it's exciting to make and hopefully exciting to watch.
Excuse me?
The story is really about two outcasts. I mean, they're two people who have special abilities. Like for Kay, she's a girl who can tell when people are going to die just by looking at them. And for Darren, she has, you know, a different kind of ability. And when they meet, it's really a chance meeting of two people who just cannot be accepted into the normal, so-called normal world, cannot feel they're part of the world that the general public live in. So really, even with the supernatural elements that are involved, we're really talking about two outcasts who are just trying to find someone to listen to what they're going through, to have some kind of connection. So it's really a film about loneliness, really, about the lack of connection. So in a lot of ways, all the other genre elements that are involved are really just the surface. What I hope to achieve is really create two characters that I think most of us can relate to, because I think in a lot of ways most of us are outcasts deep down in different ways.
Neither did we. For the longest time, we could felt each other. We felt each other.
Darren is a very, well, he's kind of disturbed when he was young. So he's not very, he's not too sociable. But I wouldn't say Darren is a, he's not really like an introvert. He's pretty friendly, but he's just not really that, he doesn't really go and speak to everyone like, oh, hi, you know, how you doing, you know, that kind of type of guy. But because he probably, well, he sleeps alone, eats alone pretty much, and do everything alone, I guess. He's well educated, but not too, he doesn't come from a wealthy family. But then he studies very hard, you know, he learns a lot of English and stuff like that, and then now he becomes a bartender in Wan Chai, which is, he speaks English, helps his job a lot, I guess, because a lot of customers are Westerners. Yeah, that's pretty much Darren. Yeah, not a lot of friends, but friendly. Yeah.
Eason Chen is, this is my first time working with any Hong Kong actor. And Eason Chen obviously is a star in Hong Kong, and I'm just so amazed that he showed up on the set with no ego and just very cooperative, very easy to talk to, very easy to direct, and it's just so far better than whatever I could have imagined. He's a natural talent. He just has, you know, a lot of times people put a lot of emphasis on training, and I think in the Hong Kong's environment, experience is really kind of overtakes training. As you know, I'm just a first-time director, and he has been in I don't know, many movies already. I've seen many of his movies too. So it's intimidating in the beginning, but the minute he showed up, it just put me at ease because he's so gracious, so willing to work with you to explore the part. And I just think it was just a wonderful experience.
Coming over to rap like this.
Well, basically, we had the first meeting with me, my manager, and with Chris Shao, director, and also Chi, one of the very well-established filmmaker from Hong Kong. And well, he didn't speak much, but he was there and felt very comfortable that he was there. And Chris is a super nice guy, and he was telling me the whole story of Strawberry Cliff, and the whole story is just it's all about wanting to know what's next, and I just got sucked in really to the story. So fascinated by the idea of a premonition of death, and then at the end of it, it's really about love, and that's kind of sweet. I mean, although it's not such a ordinary way of the usual way of I will show you love, I like the end actually. Well, actually I like the whole script. So, and then I went back home and read it a few times, and yeah, definitely I'm going to do it because it's a great script, and it's also one of the things that really attracted me is because I have to speak English. Because when I speak English, I have a different sense of rhythm when I'm speaking. Different facial expressions probably with me speaking English. Yeah, and I don't really have to think that. It comes pretty naturally to me, pretty natural to me when I speak English.
I'm not gonna die. Come through, look. I'll live.
Yeah, it was very difficult trying to find the right actor in Hong Kong to play Darren. And first of all, it is an English language film. We need somebody who can speak English. That kind of limited our choices quite a bit. There are a lot of good actors in Hong Kong, but to find someone who can speak fluent English was a challenge. And also, the wonderful thing about Eason is, as you know, in Asia, the pop culture is the idol culture, so a lot of times they're very, very, extremely handsome, extremely pretty young man as leads in movies. I'm not saying Eason's not handsome, but he's very, very, he's handsome in a way that you can relate to on a very realistic level. He is good looking, but at the same time, if you put him in the crowd, you can believe he's a real person instead of a movie star who just, so above and beyond what reality can handle. So that's why I've been looking for is somebody who has that kind of quality. And Eason, it just turned out to be the best possible choice.
Chris is he's really a great guy. He's always very gentle with especially actors, of course. He doesn't even, you can feel that he's a bit kind of, a bit up to his nerves, because like some technical problem or some arrangement problems, stuff like that. I mean, it's really hard to be a director. Personally, that's what I think. And I mean, an actor is so easy. You just sit there and just remember lines and do your stuff, act. I mean, you don't have to work. You don't have to make so many decisions in 1 hour.
It's a very difficult job. It's very tiring. No sleep, and but at the same time, it's very satisfying. So I'll say it's about 70% pain, 20% joy and 10% just confusion and sadness in a lot of ways. It's fun overall. It's really fun. I have nothing to complain about.